reasons that are related to copyright law, we are doing a non-drunk history of the Rooks.
I'm doing a retelling.
An inebriated retelling of the Rooks.
The group's history. I'm above the legal limit. Just kidding. Probably not.
I certainly am.
I'm an adult, and I'm a responsible adult. Ugh. Yikes.
I'm a tax-paying citizen.
I pay full New York City taxes, and that's something that you all need to think about when you watch the rest of this video.
Alright, so we were students at Wesleyan College.
We all
University.
passed.
We all passed. I have a degree.
Same.
I have a degree.
It's on
we
my
all
website.
have degrees.
And you may not think we are
Student
educated
loans. But
from this video.
But we are.
We went to school.
We did. And, you know, we met and we played some music together.
Yeah.
It was
Fell in love.
We batted our eyelashes at each other.
Deeply in love.
No, we played in a Motown band together.
Yes.
Called Mad Wow.
That was iconic. You can
was.
find those clips online.
And that was fun. And then we graduated from school and we were like, we should do something. So we made a band. And then we moved to New York. And
That's not entirely true.
4 years later, here we are.
Care to elaborate?
Because the way you just told it makes it sound like we graduated. We're like, well, what are we going to do now? I guess we have to go to New York and hoe ourselves out to try to make it. Because we had come up with the idea for the bit, not we. I was not involved in it. You had come up with this concept for the band before we entered our senior year and after Graham had graduated. So when the band first started, there was 6 original members. Half of us were the class of 2011. Half of us were the class of 2012. When the class of 2011 graduated, just before that happened, we all had a meeting to talk about the future and kind of how we wanted to do it, and how we wanted to kind of make a transition into being a professional band in New York City, etc., etc. So that's what we did. We've always been like kind of business minded. Like I feel like, for better or worse, we take ourselves pretty seriously. Like not personally, but like
I take myself pretty seriously.
Yeah, maybe. I think anybody who does enough research on YouTube or Twitter can find that I don't take myself that seriously. But in some ways I do. But we've always been pretty regimented about the things we were doing. So we kind of we had like a caucus, a Rooks caucus, in May of 2011, and then we kind of had our first rehearsal in September of 2011. And then the graduating members of the band would come to Wesleyan to have rehearsals and work on songs and do whatever performances that we were going to do on campus or off campus for the whole year that the two of us and our original drummer Nate, who were all class of 2012. What was I saying?
I don't know, but it was boring. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, it was fun.
So we would make the class of 2011 would make trips back to school, except for our original keyboard player Gabe.
Yeah. So Gabe was living in Middletown still.
He was still living.
Where were you based after you graduated? Did you come to New York?
I moved back to New York. Yeah.
And he would stay on my couch at school.
I would. So like when we would go and do rehearsals, I'd just come up and I'd stay on your couch. Or I'd stay on Gabe's couch.
Yeah.
Sometimes on my couch too.
But
I
mostly,
never
but
stayed
kind
on
of mostly my
Spencer's couch. That's
couch.
a lie.
You're right, mostly on Garth's couch.
I tried to
wouldn't
avoid
like Garth
Spencer's
staying with me.
couch. For reasons.
I kept a clean
once.
home.
You did. It was a lovely home.
Then we moved to the city, and then we started doing a bunch of shows, and then we recorded some albums.
Why'd you pick? So Wesleyan's in Connecticut, right?
Yeah.
So why'd you pick New York over Boston?
We talked about a few different places actually.
Yeah.
We did talk about Boston, and I think
there's just more.
There's just more in New York.
Yeah, we just heard of more opportunities being available in New York. I think at the time, a majority of the group's membership was from a 50-mile radius of New York as well. So
our original keyboard player and I are from around here, and Lewis, our original bass player, is from Long Island.
Yeah. So already it was weighted in in a New York City favor.
And those happen to have been the people who graduated first too.
Right.
So that probably had something to do.
Yeah, and Lewis was going to NYU.
And he was going
to
to
it was
NYU
just
at
kind
the
of
time
like,
to get his master's. And,
so I was I was looking to move to New York anyway, like even before we had, formed this band, because I was into like film and TV and stuff. So it was like my plan in my head was like, oh, I can like move to New York and work on projects and try to work on NBC or whatever I was thinking when I was 19. And I'm not anymore, so.
But you look the same.
I do look the same. Amen to me. First show we played in New York. No, it was
Spike Hill.
Spike Hill was Mad Wow.
Fuck. We got it back.
Sullivan Hall was the Rooks. That was the first show we played. It was like
piece, by the
July.
way.
I think we.
www.
It wasn't until we had all
I
graduated.
think we just
It was
reached out
July,
to them
actually.
and
June
said
5th.
that we wanted to play a show. And
But here's the thing about New York
Play a
City.
show.
If you're gonna book a show, you have to promise them that you're gonna bring people. You can't just book a show.
Yeah.
From
What
the
happens if you don't bring the people?
They don't
Probably
book
won't
you.
They don't book you
there
again. Yeah, that's the hard part. No, you know what? I feel like Amanda Contrada probably had something to do with it. Wasn't she working in
that
some
was
of these?
Mad Wow.
Oh.
The
Then
she did help
the
us.
first
Strike
show,
there.
I think our keyboard player had like worked with somebody there or like knew somebody
Oh, you're right.
and like reached out to them.
I wasn't sure what was going on. I just knew where I was
And then-
supposed to be and what songs. were
Right.
going.
And then from there we just
Triple
kind of like
finesse.
started playing different venues. So we did we started to play pianos a bunch. And
Yeah.
then
We did one venue, and then another person's like, "Oh, I also booked this venue. You
Right.
guys should come here." And then
That
at
must have
that
felt
show,
good though.
it really, yeah, it did.
it did snowball, which was nice. Like people
Yeah.
started from bigger venues started reaching out to us and asking us to like play on dates, which was cool.
That's kind of how it's been. As we've spent more and more time in the city, we have found people who are just like, "Who are you? I don't know you. You have no reason to know me, other than you saw us." People come up to you and say, "Hey, I saw you at this," and like they're like, "You saw us at that? That was 3 years ago." It happens all the time. There are times where, like a couple weeks ago, we went to a rehearsal studio to rehearse for one of the shows, and there was this guy who was waiting outside one of the rooms. He was like, "Hey, are you guys the Rooks?" And we're like, "Yes, but like, but how would you know that? Like, it's nice, but it's like, it's so weird. It's like, that's unreasonable.
It's
like,
funny.
you have no reason to know that." But it was cool. And he was like, "Yeah, I saw you at this place." And we're like, "Huh." I think it was at Arlene's residency. So, yeah, we have like met a lot of new supportive people. One interesting thing that did happen is we had a residency in Reno at this casino,
That's
and this older gentleman approached us with these pictures. He was actually from the Middletown area, which is where we went to school, and he was in a band called the Rooks in the 60s, and he had these pictures of he and his band called the Rooks, and we were all the way in Nevada, and it was like really crazy. We took a bunch of pictures with him. We're like, what?
And one of the people in the pictures looked like very like Spencer.
Doppelganger.
No, but too, like, no, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, because he knew the area where we were, and just to think that like we would form these bands in the same area like 50 years apart, and he would be in Reno, like
Yeah.
it was really strange, but it was cool. I wish you all the best of luck in whatever it is that you guys are doing out there on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you want to purchase our albums, they are for sale.
You can get it at the below link.
Description below.
Our
I'll be
Kickstarter
doing
will
some beauty
hopefully-
tutorials on YouTube, some reviews of just beauty.
And please don't forget to join us on our thank you tour that's going out in the United States right now.
Say that. I apologize to my mother, first and foremost. I definitely have let you down today. But just know that I do love you. I am an adult. And I think it could have been much worse. Thank you. And good night. Thank you.
Bye, guys. Mom.
Yeah.